Hello and welcome. I'm so sorry I forgot to film an intro for this video, but today I'm going to be going over the new Victoria Beckham Beauty Posh lipstick. She brought out 4 new shades and I have 3 of them here to show you. So I'm going to be doing lip swatches of each of them and some comparisons. So if you'd like to see all of that, just keep on watching. Alright, so I'm going to start out first with Twist. And this was the lightest of the new shades that she brought out. That's what it looks like in the bullet. And let's see how it looks on the lips. So this is what Twist looks like on the lips. It's a really great everyday kind of nude color, at least for me. I got kind of Kitten Mischief vibes from this one, so I'm going to do a comparison later on, but I will say they are pretty similar shades and similar kind of go-to everyday type of nice nude shades. So that's Twist. All right, next up is Spark. So there were 2 in this new range of 4 that seemed to me to be pretty similar depths, but just sort of different undertones. So there were 2 mid-tones. This was the warmer one. The other one, I can't remember the name. I'll put it down on the screen. But it was a similar depth, but leaned more cool toned. So I decided to go for the more warm toned one because I find that warm tones are much easier for me to wear on my lips. So let's see how Spark looks on the lips. So this is Spark. Again, this is a great just sort of everyday type of color. I really like the warmth in it. I find that works really well for me. And this reminds me of another Lisa Eldridge one that I'll compare it to later on. So this is Spark. And last but not least, we have Fire, which is this bright, bright orange red. And here's what Fire looks like on the lips. Such a pretty, bright, vibrant color and very aptly named, I would say. On the Victoria Beckham Beauty website, Fire is described as a blazing red orange. I'm gonna read out the descriptions for the other 2 shades that I have as well. So here are Twist and Spark. Twist is described as a light neutral pink. And I think in an Instagram post, the brand actually described it as a light neutral pink with yellow undertones. And when I saw that, I was especially excited for it because, as I mentioned, those types of warmer undertoned lips seem to work better for me. And then this one is Spark, and Spark is described as a mid-tone warm rose. And I think that's a great description as well. It's definitely a rose, and it just leans a little bit more to the warm side. And then the other mid-tone that I mentioned, the shade is called Jump, and it's described as a mid-tone cool rose. So, and with their descriptions, the only difference is one is warm and one is cool. This is the warm one. And I wanted to just get into a couple of comparisons. The first one I want to compare is Kitten Mischief with Twist. So there's Kitten Mischief from Lisa Eldridge, there's Twist. Very similar, they look quite similar on the lips, but I would say that Kitten Mischief has a touch more pink in it, whereas Twist is pulling a little bit more to the brown side. And I think there's just a touch more kind of brightness within Kitten Mischief that Twist doesn't have, but very similar shades. And then with Spark, I wanted to compare it to both Spirited Away from Lisa Eldridge, which is this one right here. So you can see that those are very, very similar tones. I actually have a pretty hard time picking up on much of a difference there. The finishes are different though. So the Lisa Eldridge is a little bit more sheer and the Victoria Beckham Spark is more of a creamy, opaque formula. And I find it looks a little bit shinier as well than the Lisa Eldridge. I also wanted to pull in Rose Official to compare it to Spark. So I'm just gonna put it right here. And it is similar in terms of the depth, but Rose Official is more cool tone. So it would probably look more similar to the Jump shade that I didn't get. So just to go over each shade again, Lisa Eldridge Kitten Mischief, Victoria Beckham Twist, Lisa Eldridge Rose Official, Victoria Beckham Spark, and Lisa Eldridge Spirited Away. And then for my comparisons for Fire, this one is Fire right here. This is Lisa Eldridge Atomic Cherry, and this is Lisa Eldridge Velvet Morning. I know that Velvet Morning is a completely different texture, but it's just kind of my benchmark orangey red, so I wanted to see how it would compare. I think all three of these are actually quite similar tones. Atomic Cherry, I can see more of a pink coral influence in there. It's still mostly red, but I can just see a little bit more of a pink coral, whereas the Victoria Beckham Fire is just, I don't really detect as much of that pinky coralness. It's really more of a true kind of fiery orange red. So again, that's Victoria Beckham Fire, Lisa Eldridge Atomic Cherry, and Lisa Eldridge Velvet Morning. I think if you missed out on Atomic Cherry, then Fire would be a really great substitute though, because it's a very similar kind of feel in terms of how it looks on the lips and on the face. Again, the finish is a little bit different, where the Atomic Cherry is more sheer and takes more building to get to this type of a level of pigmentation. And the Victoria Beckham is just a creamier, more opaque formula. But both I find incredibly comfortable and really easy to apply and wear. And I wanted to just quickly show you swatches of all my Victoria Beckham lipsticks. Now, I only had one before, and it's this one, Pout. And Pout is described by the brand as a pale coral pink. And then of course we have Twist, Spark, and Fire. So Pout is closest to Twist, but you can see they're very different shades. Pout is much more peachy pink, while Twist has a lot more brown in it. Okay, I think that's it for this video. Thank you so much for watching. I hope it was helpful for you if you've been interested in these lipsticks. Let me know if you have any questions or comments below. I always love to see those. And if you'd like to see more from me and you haven't subscribed to my channel already, I'd love for you to do so. Thanks again so much. Take care, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.